This is gonna be fun. How's it going, everybody? My name is MrHurriicane, and welcome to the Chicago Bears franchise on Madden 18. We have the second off-season of the series on deck today, and I cannot wait to get into this off-season because it has the potential to be one of the biggest off-seasons we've had in a very long time. I look at this upcoming draft class and I see so many opportunities that change the face of this series. How's it going, everybody? The lates are rolling in. That means a lot of people are here, ready, and waiting. But the wait is over. Off season right here. If you're watching the playback on YouTube, I'll try to get some timestamps down there in the description to help you out. If you want to skip to free agency, me re-signing my own players or the draft, you can look down there. But for those of you watching live, kick back and enjoy the ride. It should be fun. How's everybody doing today? Is everybody having a good start to their weekend here in early March? Kind of in that transitional stage where spring is coming. Actually nice to get away from the video games a little bit and go outside, but we're not there yet. We're still like 20-30 degrees away. So, we got some Madden today with the Bears franchise, and I already did the recap video, so I don't spend too much time talking about the past season. Basically, it was a bad season that turned into a pretty good season with a lot of hope for the future. And now we have 2 first-round picks, a lot of cap room, and we should have plenty of opportunities to go and change the face of this team. I think it's the best first round I've ever seen in a Madden draft, and we have 2 picks in it, so I can't wait. They're both in the middle. David Guerra sends the first super chat of the day, cashews today. You know it. The cashews are here. The cashews are always within arm's reach. When I'm not careful, though, I'll pound half a container, which is probably not ideal given all the fat and oil in there, but they're that good. Where's the face cam? Are you serial? The face cam's there. Okay. I wasn't even checking my encoder. Almost scared me there. Did I just start? I did just start, James. We just got underway. Anyway, I feel really good about this team right now, and I know the first off season was weird because it was an off season where we had a lot of needs, but not necessarily a lot of ways to fill them all. So it was kind of an off season that I knew couldn't be all that great, but I felt like we came away with some impact players. I liked the favorite moves were getting Frederick Chickalo, Dante Rooks, and Paul Richardson. And now, going into this offseason, I feel way better about things. I'm way more excited this year. How come all the position grades aren't there? The grades are here for most of them, but I guess you're right. There are many missing. If I go into the scout screen, though, you can take a look at it there. Got another super chat here from Griff asking, what Vikings quarterback do you prefer the Vikings to bring back? Personally, I've always been a Teddy guy, and if they think Teddy is back fully healthy, I would say Bridgewater. If he is not back fully healthy, I would say see what you can do with Kirk Cousins on a front-loaded contract. See what's there, but don't jeopardize the future for Kirk Cousins. I'm really on edge about the Vikings offseason this year. I didn't want to think about it. They're playing good football, and then tripped up in the NFC Championship game, but I was not spending any of my energy thinking about that quarterback situation because I knew it was going to be a mess. Well, let's focus on the Bears right now. Kane, how are you? I'm doing great. Doing pretty good. Whenever there's an offseason, that's the first thing I think about when I wake up, about how I got this big off-season coming. It's almost like a mini holiday to me, having an off-season day. I probably have like 10 of these a year or so they're not super frequent, but they're still pretty exciting, and they're obviously a big deal for the series. Do you ever consider drafting a kicker or punter in round 7? Well, normally I don't scout them much, so it doesn't come down to that. So, not typically, but I'm not fully against it either. So we're going to get into this offseason now and talk a lot about this upcoming draft that I've already said I think has the best first round that I have ever seen in Madden. And I think there are a number of first round talents at a variety of positions, and the way I see it, someone has to fall. There needs to be somebody that's there. Our first pick should be at pick 14. Someone I think is going to be there that shouldn't be, because we have some early first round talents like Henry Larimore, or where is Antoine Tryon. You have Jabari Goodwin's also very good. I feel like someone's gonna fall. Is it Bram Dirth, whom I compared to Joey Bosa? Like, someone's gonna fall, and they shouldn't be there. But this class is so good that it's gonna push good players down the board. Did you see James Harden ankle breaker? Yes, I did. That was pretty filthy. Got a super chat here from Ashrin. Consider bringing in a vet quarterback. I think that could be fun, winning with a proven vet. I wouldn't look to bring in a veteran to replace Trubisky. I'm still focused on developing him, but I am open to shaking up the backup spot. I don't think Leonard's going to be the guy. David Guerra sends a super chat. I think you have to go with one of the receivers, one of the tackles, or that Bram guy in the first round. Yeah, I have kind of a horizontal draft board here written down very loosely, and my favorite players at the main needs are Solomon Baxter, who is a mid-first round receiver, Bram Dirth, whom I don't expect us to go for, but I think he's super talented. Antoine Tryon's the other one I think is incredible. But then there are a bunch of first-round tackles, and at tackle, we have Larimore, we have Goodwin, Flynn, and McAdoo, who are all left tackles, I think. Yeah, 4 first-rounders. And then there was another guy who was interesting in the third round, Hunter Watson, but he's kind of getting slammed right now in the draft stories, so I think that he's going to have maybe slow development. And plus, with the tackles that are in this class, we can't be messing around there. We need to give our quarterback some time before it's too late, you know? Got a super chat here. Thank you for all the super chats here early, by the way. Much appreciated. Oh, message deleted. There was a super chat. I saw the name for a moment, but now it's gone from my list. The message was retracted. But thank you for whoever sent the $9.99 super chat. That is very generous. So, Super Bowl is here. We're going to sim past it now and head on to the off-season. Say goodbye to Season 2, everybody. What was your favorite game from this past year in the series? I think it'd be that Packer win where Trubisky had like the 3 or 4 touchdowns. The Packer games have been fun in this series, really fun. Do you think Lamar Jackson should change to receiver? No. That's especially ridiculous considering how many good receivers are coming out of the draft and how few good quarterbacks are coming out of the draft. This year it has a lot more like quarterbacks in the conversation for the first round, but it's like, let Jackson play quarterback until he can't. I don't see any reason to put him at receiver. If he ran 4.75, you wouldn't be talking about receiver. What makes you think that wherever he's at right now would make him like an elite receiver? There's a lot of receivers that can't even get into the first couple of rounds, and they're still really talented. Like, he's going to play quarterback. This is just... The problem here is that there's too much time. And so what happens is the time is filled with nonsense, and it's stuff like that. Smoke screen, useless conversation, just silly stuff that's really not worth anybody's time. Let's get on to the offseason now, everybody. Kane, you should get in the first round defensive linebacker or pass rusher. I'd love to, but I think it would require trading up, which means maybe we only get to use 1 first-round pick. Depends how things go. 27 Super Yankees sends a super chat. The type of receiver you need is someone with great agility. Yeah, I'm really interested in these combines because there are speed receivers, balance receivers, and red zone threats that could all be options. It just depends how everything shakes out there. Baxter's my favorite, but then you have Springs, Rowan Springs, a second-round pick who is probably more of, I'm not sure if this is the right way to put it, but more of like an Antonio Brown, Stephon Diggs type of receiver. Just really good agility and route runners. Not as tall, though. I'm putting a couple players on the trading block here to start things out, so I can get offers immediately when we get to the next round of the offseason. I'm putting Quincy Enunwa on the trading block. I can't do it yet? Can't do it yet? I guess in the next round I can start putting them on the block. It's a bit too early. We have re-signing to do. Let me just see where we're at here. Probably around the 10-minute mark or so. 11 minutes. 11-ish. For signing free agents. It's a lot of talking I did there early on. Alright. By the way, I want to see if there are any retirements. I know Terrence Newman is old. I'm not sure if he retired. Very old. Tom Brady retired, I know that. And here are the Bears. Jari Evans, Terrence Newman retires. Those Akeem Hicks edits, by the way, I was messing with his contract to make it more like it is in real life. There was an issue in the first year when I was editing his contract, but basically I gave him something that gives him a cap number around 10 every year. It's the best I could do because Madden's contracts aren't perfect. So no Newman, no Evans. But hey, Terrence Newman for that one season was pretty fun, wasn't he? Re-sign Michael Burton. I do want to keep Michael Burton. 4 years, $10 million roughly. Yeah. He's a really good fullback. That's kind of the going rate. Eddie Goldman is another one of the big free agents we have, but I'm not looking to keep him around because I think Jalen Egbo can do that job. And plus, Goldman has been more of a two-down player anyway. If we're going to spend some money this offseason, it's not going to be at nose. David Guerra, who's been more disappointing, Quincy Enunwa last season or Jared Merritt his entire 4 years at Kalispell? I'd have to go with Enunwa. Merritt's at least had some moments, but lacked the consistency, whereas Enunwa's best moments still haven't been great. It's just like, oh, we had low expectations, and now we're getting something rather than nothing. Bobby, thank you for the super chat. Trade for Jarvis Landry like the Bears might do IRL. I could definitely see them doing that, and I think that Landry would be a good move for them to make, especially if they can get Meredith back and have someone on the outside. I don't think he can build an offense around a slot receiver, but he can sure be a big piece of their offense. All right. Jarrell Freeman's contract is also up. I wasn't exactly sure who all had expiring deals. Matt Prater, Jacob Tamme, Javonte McKinney, because he was undrafted, Willie Young, Marcus Wheaton, Romero, Carson, Karras, Smith. Okay. Not too many major decisions to make here. We'll probably let McChesney test. At the very least, I don't want to re-sign him right now. It was a fun little one-year experiment. Kevin White, his deal has expired, and I'm not looking to bring him back. The development didn't work out, sadly. Jarrell Holland, I definitely want to bring him back. I like Holland a lot. Don't want him to deny it, so I'll just offer an extra 10 grand. And he will stick around. I don't know why I always start there at the back end. But let's go with Michael Burton. I like Burton, pretty good fullback. I probably should use him more as a runner or receiver. I know the blocking ratings don't look great, but consider that linemen and everybody are on the same blocking scale. So if you have Michael Burton at 75 run block, that's pretty good for a fullback who's not going to be blocking defensive linemen. Bossman Spencer sends a super chat. Get Jay Cutler back. I'm going to pass on that one, but thank you for your contribution. Michael Burton, 4-year deal. He's going to test, so I want a full back Burton. Another super chat here from Wareside Exile. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Big fan of yours from England. Keep up the excellent entertainment. Thank you. Much appreciated. I've always had a lot of followers from like Europe and Brazil, and I feel like they represent a lot of the people who message me like on Twitter and stuff like that. I notice that all the time. So thank you. I try to do these streams a little bit earlier in the day because I know that it's harder for a lot of people in Europe to catch these streams when it's like a 6-hour time difference, or maybe it's 5 here in a week or something like that. I'm never really quite sure. Are you going to try and go young at linebacker and let Calhoun start? I do think Calhoun's going to start. At least I call Whoever plays in the nickel at linebacker to me is a starter. So, yes. Okay. Goldman. Not looking to bring him back. Jarrell Freeman. I do like him a lot. Trevathan, I think, is already getting paid a pretty good amount. I'm kind of tempted to let him test, especially if he wants a multi-year contract. He's just really good against the run. Jacob Tammy, we're going to let him test, but maybe bring him back. My thing is, this year is that Adam Shaheen needs to play if he's going to be a long-term tight end. He needs that development. Javonte McKinney, he's interesting because I see him as a player that actually could develop from an undrafted player into a starter with normal development. I could actually see it happening. I might even make him a focus player. Should the Browns trade any of their first-round picks? Personally, if they're going to trade one, it should be the first. And that's if they don't want a quarterback right there. But I think they should get some top-end talent up there, whether it's Saquon Barkley or Minkah Fitzpatrick, somebody. They got to get some blue chips, that's for sure. Willie Young, let him go. Marcus Wheaton, let him go. Carlos Romero, I definitely want him to stay. We don't have much pass rush depth, so don't want him to leave. He's going to stick around. Chris Carson will let test. Ted Karras, 26 years old. I'll let him test as well. Evan Smith, he can test. Marshall Christian, he's pretty solid. Thank you, Felix, for the super chat. Hey, Kane, greetings from Germany. Greetings. Another super chat here from Rico Lico. Hey, Kane, I'm the Vikings series spreadsheet guy. Yes, thank you for making that. That's pretty cool. I've always wanted to go back and kind of document some of the things that have happened in past series. And I've done it to a certain point, but then I stopped doing it. I wanted to keep track of like league leaders or team stats, stuff like that. It'd be a bit of a project now. I forget how many off seasons we've had on this channel. It's been enough. Not enough, but a lot. Okay, Matt Prater. I'm okay keeping him around at that price, for sure. Alright, Marshall Christian. This is another interesting one. He was undrafted, and now he wants $3 million a season. I think that's a little generous, so I'm going to let him test. So, DT, Marshall, Christian, he's a 71. He ain't getting $3 million a year. I'm pretty confident in that. What's coming out on the channels today besides this stream? Browns on the second channel for sure is going up after this stream gets over with, but nothing else today. Tomorrow, I might stream NBA. I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't have time to really dive into practice and whatnot beforehand. I could have probably squeezed in the stream, but not if I was going to get my practice in to hopefully play better than I did in the last stream, so I didn't do it yesterday. Tank Boone. I like Tank Boone. Really good acceleration, hit power, definitely a solid backup safety. And he will stay. Jarrell Holland has stayed. Wade Kalikipi. I do like him. I think he's a pretty good player, but I'm just going to let him test. 28 years old, 70 overall. I'll let Ifo test as well. Okay. So I think that leaves us with maybe one decision to make, and that is for Jarrell Freeman, who I think is really solid. And at the very worst, I could see him being a good run stopper for a while. So, $29 million in cap room. This would eat up 5. I like him. We have Danny Trevathan, who missed all last year with an ACL tear. I wonder if I can see his contract quick. Tag the fullback. I should see what the tag would be. Probably not that much. For those of you wondering how franchise tag is calculated, it is the average of the top 5 players at that position. I think it's their annual money per year. It's the average of that. And then if you franchise tag someone twice in a row, I forget what it multiplies by, but it doesn't do that in Madden like it should. Trevathan here. I think he'll have another year on his contract. You know, his ratings are pretty similar. It wasn't an ACL tear, it was a femur, my bad. But his ratings are pretty similar to Freeman. Do we need two players that are essentially doing the same job like that? Especially if they're both going to cost over $5 million. I don't think so. I'll let Jarrell Freeman test, even though he's been like a defensive MVP of this series. The tag on Burton, oh, that's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer right there. 2 mil, easy. Thank you, I would have forgot that. All right, we're going to let Freeman test. We already have Trevathan. Hopefully he's healthy this year. Dealt with a lot of injuries throughout this season, that's for sure. Garris sends a super chat. Kane, I already have all your player stats tracked. You should let me check that out. Derek Vance sends a super chat. When is the next Jordan Starks video? I've been thinking about that lately. I know a lot of people are wondering where that series is. I definitely took it slow on baseball in the winter. But with MLB coming out later this month, I definitely want to get on that either this week or the following, so I can wrap up this year and get Jordan ready for his next year at the Padres that I want to begin right when MLB drops, which I'm doing the same thing with the Twins. I still have to decide if I'm doing the off-season for the Twins on MLB 17 or 18. I'm leaning towards 17, so maybe we can do some spring training streams before 18 drops and build up some hype. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple players to the trading block now and just see what offers I get. Anunwa, I wouldn't hate keeping him on the roster, but also I don't see a future for him on this team. Charles Leno, I just want to see what I could get, but otherwise he is solid depth. Deion Sims was the other one. I'm just gauging offers for a lot of these players. I don't necessarily want to get rid of them, but I wouldn't mind seeing what I could get. And I had written down that I wanted to test one of the linebackers, but now that Freeman is on the roster, I'm going to hold off, because I think Kwiatkowski could be a decent run stopper, but now who would play in coverage? 73 there for Trevathan at lower speed, and Kwiatkowski 71. I might have to go find a coverage backer. How did Leno get quick development? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But maybe I should keep that in mind. Maybe I can get him a little bit better. But I'm looking to get an early round pick there anyway. All right, so 32 mil in cap room. Well, I just want to make sure I'm caught up on super chats, but we have 32 mil in cap room, and we are about to see if there's anyone we can make a splash for. Harold Kaufman sends a super chat. I may be biased as a Jet fan, but I think you should give Anunwa a second chance. Like I said, I wouldn't mind having him on the team, but if I got the right offer, I'd be okay moving on. All right, Joe Thomas is available. Amari Cooper? Wow. We have to go after Cooper. Plain and simple. If we don't take Cooper, or if we take Cooper here, that opens up the draft big time. Not having to take a first-round receiver. Wow. What a signing that could be. Amari Cooper. We got to get this done. Him and Meredith. I forgot Cooper would even be a free agent right here. We need to make like a 100 and some odd point offer here. This is way under the going rate right now for a top end receiver, by the way. When Jarvis Landry gets traded, watch for him to get probably, I'd say 15 or more. The receiver market's about to explode. 100 point offer from the Chicago Bears. Amari Cooper would be a game changer. Oh my. I did not expect to see that when we got here. We'd be left with 20 mil in cap space. Ooh, Marcus Golden. He might be just as expensive. I like Golden. Actually, when he and Shane Ray, they were in the same class, correct? I like Golden more. And Golden has been the better pro. So I'm pretty happy with that. That was at least right on something there. My draft takes aren't always the best, but occasionally I will be right about something. Freddie Goldman's got a couple offers out there. Offer more money, up the bonus. You know, I don't want to mess around with Cooper. We have the space. We have a perfect opportunity here to get Amari Cooper. I'm cool going with a big offer. David Guerra sent a super chat saying that's not enough for Cooper. So we're going to give him a few more. I think I want like a 10-point lead or so. I want something really comforting. I know signing bonus is something they need. 107, $47 million over 4 years for Amari Cooper. What has he done in this series, by the way? I want to see his numbers. Oh, it doesn't show it from this screen. See, it's the little things like that that Madden needs to get better at. What all information would I want to see right here? How about what they've done? Jordy Nelson's a free agent as well, but certainly Amari Cooper is a better option, almost 10 years younger. Packers are going to have some changes, though, with Nelson leaving and Ty Montgomery available. Duke Johnson, he's available, too. How about corner? We have to talk about more than one need here. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. I mean, for a season, I think it would make sense. William Gay, 34 years old, zone corner, not really fitting what I want to do. Terrence Mitchell, yeah, decent player. Kyle Fuller, bring him back. Wow, man coverage, 67. Bradley Roby is not a bad player. Could make an offer on Rodgers-Cromartie, but at the same time, if I want to get a rookie, I wouldn't even be playing DRC. He has the drop open passes trait. Yeah, if I get Cooper, I got to take care of that one. Drops have kind of been his big weakness so far in the league. Veteran quarterbacks, Drew Brees might go to the Browns. Alex Smith is available. Blake Bortles, Mike Glennon, Tom Savage, RG3. Jay Cutler, of course. Nick Foles. .82 throw power. Now, I have a list of needs that I'm looking here. PJ Williams. A lot of people said he had good man coverage. Yeah, those are solid right there. That's pretty good. I think we have two players that compare pretty well to him, though. Cooper and Callahan. Let's just take a look at their ratings. But the needs I have on my list here are a starting receiver, a starting tackle, a starting corner, and I have starting edge because I consider, like, if an edge comes off the bench a lot or plays, you know, a fair amount of snaps, to be basically a starter, a de facto starter. So those are the top priorities. Otherwise, I want a speedy receiver because I think Paul Richardson's role needs a backup. I have future guard as a need, cornerback depth, tight end, edge, and inside linebacker. Another super chat here from Ryan. Coop and Cam are what Mitch needs to reach his ceiling. That could actually be true and save us from having to go down that road next year. Ooh, Max Williams. I have interest. I have a lot of interest here in Max Williams, the former Minnesota Gopher, whose career has certainly started slow in Baltimore. But I think if we had him and Shaheen, we have two pretty athletic combo tight ends that open up the offense a bit. And that would make Deion Sims a lot more expendable to me. Don't want to go too low because I get rejected a lot on those. Michael Rivera, more of a receiver. Thank you for the super chat, Nicholas. Get Ty Montgomery and play him at receiver. He's awesome in the slot. A little bit worried about the price, but you wouldn't be wrong. I'm not sure what his route running is in Madden. 71. I question that. They probably had to lower that, otherwise he'd be a broken player in Madden. Not that he was a super polished receiver. I thought he was a running back coming out of Stanford, and now he is a pretty good running back. Jerick McKinnon. So, at corner, Williams here is a little interesting. I think he's better than Marcus Cooper. I don't want to make a big offer for him, but I would be willing to go like maybe 9.5 over a couple of years. $47 points might not be enough. What about Nickel Roby-Coleman? There are some options here. There are some decent options. Morris Claiborne even, 29 years old. Bradley Roby. I think his man-to-man there's a little low to me. Tony Lippett. Drake Kirkpatrick. Yeah, I don't think I see myself going for DRC now. We're already running low on cap space. What about middle linebacker? Freeman is out there. Man, I hate just letting him walk. Thank you for the super chat, Lucas. No message, but I appreciate it. Stephon Anthony. Wow. What's the reason why all these players like are pretty inconsistent for offers, but then you have Mark Barron who's got 2 competitive offers? Like his ratings are actually really solid for the right role. I'm surprised it's a 76. He has awareness in the 80s. Coverage is very good because he was an ex-safety. He's fast. His tackling isn't great. I don't see how the formula gets him to a 76 here. I think it's higher. Should be higher. But I don't see us competing with Jacksonville on that offer. Maybe Kevin Pierre-Louis? Age, maybe? Huh. Well, there are a lot of 28-year-olds here not getting offers. He's 29. Interesting. Alright. Don't often see starting caliber linemen hit the market, but if you want a short-term solution, they're there. I don't want a short-term solution, though. I want Amari Cooper. And I want big impact players. I think I'm ready to sim to the next stage. Alright, to stage 2 now. We could be making the biggest move of the series right here by getting Amari Cooper. Let's see what happens. We made an offer 10 points above the next for Amari Cooper. And as we sim ahead, the Chicago Bears have... No! You're kidding me! Amari Cooper has rejected the deal. We gave him an offer 10 points above any other. No! The Browns came in. How did the Browns beat us out? Oh my. Joe Thomas to the Bucks. Drew Brees and Amari Cooper go to the Browns. I think I'm going to be sick. Well, I think the dream offseason just went away. By the way, we did sign Max Williams, so that happened. What did I offer? 45, $47 million? I think it was like $47 million. He signed for 10 a year. What, they guarantee the whole thing? I don't understand that. We outbid the Browns significantly, and he's going to Cleveland to play with Drew Brees. Have fun, Amari. Thank you for the super chat, Football Master. I offered 47 over 4. Thank you. I offered 47 over 4. A 107-point offer. I think I'm going to be sick. There is not a starting caliber receiver available now in free agency. Gotta be kidding me. Football Master sends another super chat. Love the videos, man. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. He wanted to be with Breeze the GOAT. I guess so. Any other signings that were major that I glossed over? Tevin Coleman's going to the Ravens, just like he did in my Browns series. Jordy Nelson to the Chiefs. Marcus Golden to the Colts. Jordan Phillips to the Chiefs. Bud Dupree heads to the Houston Texans. I feel insulted by Amari Cooper. Thank you for the super chat, boss man. Making my offer here for Marshall Christian. I know this is not the exciting thing we wanted here. I thought we were going to get Amari Cooper. I thought I was offering him more money than I had to. I cannot believe it. I am bewildered. Thank you for the super chat, Swaggy God. Lots of super chats here early. I can hardly keep up with it all. Thank you guys. That's very generous and kind of you. Go for Mark Barron now that you don't have an offer for Amari? I mean, I could. I at least want to give Christian here a 50-point offer, I think. Yeah, I changed the color to like a different shade of yellow. Anyone else I had to go back and look for here? I have a bunch of notes. Yeah, that was it. Perfect. Cliff Averill? I could still probably get after the quarterback. At least a little bit. Dante Fowler. Didn't work out there. Kyle Hummel sends a super chat. This wouldn't happen if you actually had a quarterback. Maybe we had to sign a Breeze to get it done. I wonder what went into that decision. What actually happened? I can't believe Amari Cooper just did that to us. That is the most disrespectful thing that a player has done to me in a franchise. I'm actually kind of sad. We could have had Amari Cooper on one side, Cameron Meredith on the other. It could have been great. Mitchell Trubisky could have become the quarterback that we all wanted him to be. You know, just think about the possibilities. All right, San Fran, you win. I'm not making that offer. I'm not making that offer. Or that one. Or that one. That one, maybe. This is kind of to replace Marcus Cooper. I'm trying to think, though. No, if I want to draft a corner, I can't do that. Not going to pay a third, fourth corner. Callahan's pretty good man-to-man. I've got to save some money here. Ah, there goes Freeman. He's heading out. Swaggy God sends the super chat. Upgrade your coach for free agent signings. Maybe that would have saved me. Hungry Gamer. Hope Max doesn't remember you cut him in the Minnesota Dynasty. Yeah. Hopefully he sets that aside. he wasn't a star yet. He wasn't like a national star, but he was sure good at Minnesota. I thought he'd be a pretty good pro. You know? He was a combo tight end that could make ridiculous catches. He was a really good receiver. I should watch some of his tape sometime. I like to go on Game Pass now. They have some features on there where you can just type in a certain player. Like I was watching, you know, Curtis Samuel of the Panthers. I wanted to see what he did in the last year. So I put on Curtis Samuel, and then I filtered it by all completed passes, all incomplete passes, and runs. So we got to see all of his targets, all his catches, and runs pretty quickly, too. It was kind of slick, and I want to do that for a bunch of other players. So Barron's heading to Jacksonville because they're signing just about everybody. I wouldn't have minded getting him at that price point. That's a 96-point offer. But at the same time, I don't think that losing out on him is all that big of a deal. Yeah, this offseason took a 180 for sure. Lucas, thank you for the super chat. Draft, draft, draft. By the way, you the GOAT. I'd be the GOAT if I got Amari Cooper to sign, but clearly I have some work to do. Are there anything I want to address? No, I've gotten tight end, so that's not a thing. Maybe I make an offer on Cliff Averill, but I don't see a lot more that I want to do right here. 1-year contract. Just to come off the bench and rush the quarterback every now and then, Cliff. We have no trade offers, by the way. That never happened. And we have, so now our focus has to change. Get Duke Johnson. He has one offer. I'll take a look. But we have scouting now, and we're going to have to keep receiver as an option now. Duke has an offer here that I just don't want to mess with. I know he's really good, but 77 route running isn't good enough to play receiver. Football Master, maybe sign Montgomery and switch him back to receiver. Someone already suggested that, but the route running on him and Duke is good for a running back, but not good for a receiver. Let's go scout. So, I have a lot of players actually on my scouting board. Another super chat here from Babs. Been watching since 2012, which would have been near the beginning. You're the best, Kane. Can you comment on Cousins, Jets or Vikings? How do you see the Jets' future in real life? Jets franchise ever? First, I'd say that the Jets could be a franchise option. How do I see the Jets' future? I don't think they have a stable enough core to say that they have like a great future ahead of them. They have some players I like, but until they get, I think, a little bit more of a true identity on offense, it's going to be tough. But on Cousins, I could see him going to the Jets or the Vikings or the Broncos. I think it'd be one of those three teams. I think the Vikings try to entice him by saying, here's your defense, here's your offense, now take a little bit less, and let's win while you're 29. So it's all whether he wants that, because I think the Vikings don't make the biggest offer. I think the Jets and the Broncos make the largest ones. Let me scout. Time to do this. Combine grades. There are some incredible talents in this first round. I have been so blown away by this class. And let's take a look now. Let's focus on the receivers to begin. We have some great combine grades. Andres Wary ran 4.38. He's an exceptional route runner, but I don't expect him to be there when we select at 14 or 19. Solomon Baxter has been the top player on my board. 4.51, A- spec catch. I'd say that him and Meredith would be pretty similar players. Rowan Springs. Ooh, that combine grade. It's not bad in the wrong areas, though. Like, his vertical and his bench were disappointing, but he has speed and great elusiveness. I like Springs a lot because he's 21, already a great route runner with exceptional hands. So he might not be the flashiest receiver here, but he might be the right receiver, especially because he's a second-round talent. Tim sends a super chat. That $9.99 one I sent, I messed up on, was supposed to be all for the signing bonuses. Now they can be for the pain. Oh, man. Thank you for the second super chat. Much appreciated. So, Springs, well, Harlan Regis, 4.33, late first round. Really good release with deep speed. That's really good speed. His 3-cone, not super great. 6.71 compared to 6.82. I guess it's not much of a difference. A lot of players in that range. So I have to keep Regis over Springs. But I certainly want to get a little more speed there. Ben Chapman, early first rounder. Probably won't be there when we select, but probably the best hands in the draft. Solomon Baxter, 4.51. His 3-cone, not very good. Wouldn't be mad to have him. Oh, Colt sends a super chat. Amari didn't want his Rhodes close sign. Kane, keep up the good work. Maybe that's it. He didn't want to face big play Slay and Xavier Rhodes in 25% of his games. So anyway, back to receiver. Regis might be my favorite option, but it's all about getting the right combination. I can't get the best of everything. So, knowing that Springs is there in the second round is pretty big because there isn't a second round tackle. There isn't a second round edge that I think is on that high enough level. So right now I'm leaning Springs for those reasons. But he is pretty undersized, and I don't think he's the most talented receiver that I could choose from. Just in that spot he would be. I have one more player I wanted to finish out here at receiver, a mid-round pick in Matt Pennington. Undrafted talent. Not sure how you can say that. I take him in the 7th all day. I have 51 players on my draft board. Let's go check out some draft stories. What are you going to do with Kevin White? I've already let him go. He's testing free agency. I'm probably not getting too many offers. What was I about to check again? I was about to check something, I just forgot. What on earth was it? It was something to do on the team, obviously. I was checking out receivers. Super chat from 27 Super Yankees. I worry about Regis catching traffic and spec catch. Yeah, not seeing those. Maybe his overall is a little bit lower. Draft stories, that was it. But, yeah, I'll have to make a tough decision now. I don't want to have to make a tough decision. The easy one was giving Amari Cooper a Brinks truck. Let him keep the truck. How about that for a bonus? Anyone here that's on my radar? No. No. Okay. So, let's try to open up the options at receiver then. Is there a mid-round combine that is exciting? Josiah Buckley from South Dakota. Great bench, 4.44 speed. Not very good agility. Don't know his route running. Tret Marpet, 6'4", kind of slow. Thank you for the super chat, Lewis. All right. Let's move away from receivers now. Any edge talent that I haven't fully scouted yet? 7th round picks. I scouted most of the needs pretty well. Tevin Mickens might be a decent late round selection. How about Lane Sawyer? I'll come back to Nico Perez. Larimore had a story? Did he? I didn't see Larimore's name in there. I could have missed it though. Latimer, maybe you saw that one? I think you just misread that. Out of all the players scouted, who is the most probable to be your first round pick? Well, first off, we have 2 first round picks, so that's excellent news. But I'd say probably Larimore. Larimore's my favorite. I should check the combines, though. Trade Howard for a receiver since you still have Benny. Benny's 29 now. Contract rejected by P.J. Williams. Thank you for the super chat, Bobby, who asked about the receiver and then the Benny talk. Super chat from Colt. Remember the last South Dakota kid you got, Kane? I believe he's a starting defensive tackle on your team. That sounds familiar to me. Where did Egbo go to school? South Dakota State. Jackrabbits. So, different. I can't believe Amari Cooper did that. That's still incredible to me. Unreal that he would do that to us. It was just disrespectful. Oh, Hogan's going back to the Bills. Does that mean Cliff Averill rejected? Or he just hasn't signed yet? Cliff, we'll get you... I won't be too cheap here. We're going to have the cap space and it's one season. I'll go up to $6 million. Now it's 73-point offer, Cliff. You win. Let me see these guards quick. Anybody young and interesting? Laken Tomlinson. On a short-term contract for a backup spot, we could use Laken. Saffold's a little bit older. Saffold, by the way, really big into esports. I forget what organization he owns. Hurricane, what did Cooper do? Amari Cooper was a free agent, and he turned down our offer of a 107-point offer. It was $47 million over 4 years, and he took $40 million over 4 years from the Browns. He took $7 million less to go to Cleveland with Drew Brees, who they signed. That's what happened. Okay, I want to see some of these other top-end players. Frank Olsen here. Very good in coverage. Elusive, or his agility scores are great. 4.4 speed. Yes, there is a Browns video coming to the second channel today. Indeed. Rayshawn Phillips, early first rounder. Not loving the combine. Don't know his pass rush move. Henry Larimore. Okay, he's the early first rounder. We probably wouldn't get him without trading up. Antoine Tryon. Wow, his combine wasn't very good, but he's still an early first round prospect. Tryon would be perfect to get, but man, I got some tough decisions to make now. Amari Cooper would have put this so much easier for us. So much. Jermaine Mullins is the other one who actually isn't bad. 3.4, pass rusher, good power, good block shed. And he's a better athlete, so maybe Jermaine Mullins becomes a first-round option. I definitely glossed over him too much. I have him written down, though. He's on my horizontal board. Who's more realistic for a tackle option? Jabari Goodwin from Louisville, who had second-best bench, first 40. Give us two good young tackles. A.J. Flynn is another option. Very good combine. DJ Kidd, that's the tight end. Rodney Lattimore at running back. Oh, there's a couple more players I have to check out. 40 reps. Settle down, Bram. Super chat here from Chris and Los One. Hope I am saying that how you'd like me to say that. Robbie Anderson. Also, I really enjoy your videos. Thank you for the super chat. I would consider Anderson, but I just don't think that, I want someone younger that can maybe develop into that role a little bit better. Actually, Anderson is not that old. I might revisit him. Lewis sends a super chat. Trubisky will never be as good as Big Papa, #Raiders. Yeah, maybe not. Anyway, Bram Dearth is just an incredible prospect here. I'm not sure where he'd fit it for us. Probably defensive end. He is a 3-4 run stopper, as they have on here. I think he was 4-3 balanced before, so these might be fluid. But he's going to be really good. Really good. Harlan Regis, we already checked out the receivers. I'm interested in these running backs. Wow. They have some big backs in this first round that aren't power backs, which means they can be this fast. Tank Elliott, 4.37 with B+ juke and carrying vision, but his bench is low. I'd expect him to be pretty bad when it comes to power then, but he's 221, so I thought it'd be different. Still really interesting. Marquise Starling, wow. I love this class. A lot of people love Bram. Bram is going to be very early. Herb Chapman ran fast. That's good to see. B+ man. I definitely want to get a corner early in this draft. Trey Rambo. Oh no, there are a lot of people saying tank now. This is the Kane I know, all about the running backs. I had to take a look. Jordan Howard's going to be entering last year of his contract, keep in mind. But there's one. Let me check out Curry Peters. Yes, 4.31. All right. Because he's a late second round talent. He's very underrated. And he actually has a good, like, even zone and man coverage. I like Curry Peters a ton. But there is one player that I think might blow us all away here. And it's 7.5. I've been waiting for this for literally months to check out CJ Ross's combine. I gotta drink some water. 4th round running back, A juke, B elusive, B ball carrier vision at 6'2", 213. CJ Ross. 4.43, very good agility, average bench. Ross is the 3-down back. This is the running back. CJ Ross. 4th round pick. Let's see some more great combine grades that I could have missed. No more G Fuel. That was years ago. I was drinking G Fuel a lot. I liked it, but now I just drink water. I don't really drink much else. I remember, like, in high school, I couldn't stand just, like, drinking water all the time, but late in high school, that's when I just decided that, I don't know, I was just gonna start drinking more water, and then it just kind of stuck. Crandall Heron Jr. Bram, Baxter, Peters, Ross. There's an incredible combination you could put together here, and I have to make sure that we get one because we have such a perfect opportunity. Don't want to let any good combines not get scouted. I'm ignoring a lot of the running backs, though. Not all of them. We have good power here at 4.47. Azavius Levy. Oh, wow. Julian Kemp. Possession guy with what kind of speed? 4.43. Very good vertical. Not a great 3-cone. He's probably really similar to Marquis Cole. And I want to get Cole some playing time. He hardly got to do anything this year. I still have some points. So if we look at running back, we could get outside the first round. Receiver, we could get outside the first round. Corner, we could get outside the first round. What are you then left with? You are left with edge rusher and tackle that we could attack in the first round. And maybe, because I don't necessarily want to give up my 2 this year knowing what's there in the second round, maybe I part ways with our future 1 so we can get like the right combination in the first round. Know that if I trade my future 1 though, that really hurts our chances of landing a quarterback if Trubisky isn't the option, so it's very risky. I skipped a 7-7 safety. Yeah, you get a lot of high safeties. 7-7. Let's Avery Burfict finish that one. Was there another 7-7? No. Yeah, corner. I didn't like this class a ton. Wouldn't be mad here late in the draft with Clements. Yeah, C-Press, I've seen enough. And then there's Verlin Dre in the 7th. Yeah, I can show the picks. Right there. We pick 19th in every round, and then 14th in the 1st and 7th. What about the fastest receivers? If I really want to get that Paul Richardson back up, maybe there's someone who can fly a little bit down the board. Route runner. I'll buy it. Okay. Long Gaffney. Not very fast. Actually, very slow. But decent route running. Decent change of direction. How about... Oh, I already scouted Kendall. Alright, C pluses across the board. You could do worse in the 7th. And now I only have enough for the first rating on whatever my focus is, which is probably O-line. No, where do I have it then? Secondary? Yep. Anybody I didn't scout here? At corner? I did my due diligence there. Maybe I can finish off Quay Bishop. 8.2 quarterback. I'm glad you guys can spam the chat very effectively. Stage 4, I can still check it there. I will take a look. An 8.2 quarterback? That sounds ridiculous. Last stage of scouting. It's a joke. There ain't an 8.2. How can everybody be in on the joke? So we get Cliff Averill. Very cool. Trade offer for Deion Sims. Tajay Sharp, a 4 and a 7 in the future, or a 3 and a 7 in the future to New Orleans. I would be very comfortable with that. Just, I do want to check Sharp's ratings just to see, just to humor me. There's an 8.2 quarterback. I know y'all are lying. I know y'all are lying. How did you do that? How does a Twitch chat organize? I guess if you can beat Twitch Plays Pokemon, you can convince me there's an 8.2 quarterback. Come on. There's an 8.0 corner, though. How did that work? I'm impressed that you can work together. Teamwork is certainly a thing. Probably don't have to scout these undrafted guys as much. I normally don't at all. 7-7 linebacker. Yeah, I don't care. I checked too. You got me. I've done almost nothing for these DTs though. hit power is just so irrelevant to me. I wish it wasn't even a part of the things that could be in a top 3. I don't want to see hit power at all. I don't care. Everyone hits hard. A 9.0 kicker, huh? Did I miss any super chats amidst all this? Nope, we are caught up. I can't believe that you made me think there was an 8.2 quarterback. There's not even anybody with a 6 that's draftable. By the way, here's the quarterback class, I guess. I don't think it's great, to put it simply. Hey, look, it's Cole's brother. Cole went to Notre Dame, Charles to Michigan State. Cole Hartman's brother is not as good as Cole Hartman. That would have been cool if he had a decent accuracy rating to maybe bring him in to compete. I'm all for storylines. But I do think I'll end up trading now Deion Sims. So let me see if there's like a vertical tight end late. 491. No vertical. Wes Panos went 478. 483. Yeah, some decent first round options. I'm not taking a tight end in the first round though. Grant Goodman. Need a late guard. Not a bad way to spend my remaining points. Is there anyone on my draft board that isn't fully scouted? Can't quite finish it. 1 point left. Charles Hartman career series. Alright, let me see, how would Tajay Sharp fit here? I have a feeling he would just be like a little bit worse than a Nunwa. He'd make a Nunwa expendable, in my opinion. Tajay Sharp. I definitely want to get rid of a Nunwa then if that was the case. I kind of like the Nunwa trade because, or the Sharp trade because it also comes with a 4 compared to a 3 in a late round pick. Sharp is worth the fall from a 3 to a 4. What do you all think? In the meantime, I'm gonna go look to see who needs a receiver and maybe trade a Nunwa. Check the contract. It'll be his rookie deal. It'll be even cheaper. The Bills need a receiver. What do the Bills have that we would like? Maybe a pick? They need a receiver pretty bad, though. Sharp is young enough to develop. That's kind of the thought behind it, too. Could still get a little bit better. Just want to see who else has a lot of interest, or green interest. Because if I can do a player for player, that'd be pretty cool. Baker is essentially Eddie Jackson here with the ratings. Hassan Reddick. Not that great in coverage, though. There's a lot of name value to many of these players. I'm surprised I haven't gotten an offer for a Nunwa. The Eagles. There are still some people trying to get me to see 7-7 linebackers. Maybe there actually was one, but I'm not taking a linebacker in the first round unless he's rushing the quarterback. Oh man, coverage is just terrible. Falcons need a receiver too. Duke Riley's kind of interesting. But he's going to be the last year of his contract, too. A lot of teams have interest here. How am I not getting offers? I'm almost tempted to let it go another week and then trade him and see what kind of offers I get. I'm not sure if they send offers during trade week. Rashard Robinson. Might have to throw in a pick. He has quick development, so it wouldn't be that simple. But Deion Sims for Tajay Sharp, a 4 and a 7 in the future. Let's do it. Tajay Sharp is now a Bear. Almost said a Brown. Trade accepted. So just to show you the comparison between Anunwa and Tajay Sharp, I was so excited to get Anunwa, by the way. Stinks that didn't work out. Anunwa's a lot faster. Sharp more agile. Catching, Sharp has better hands, better catch in traffic. Route running is very similar. I think they're similar players, but Sharp is probably a little less explosive, a little more reliable. But they have a lot of similarities here, including height. Weight is way different. So we still would need a speedy receiver. And Sharp, he would just be entering like the last year of his contract. Maybe 2 left. 1. Yeah. Yeah, just 1 year. I wasn't gonna really do anything with Deion Sims, so. Sims was second in touchdowns for us. To draft week now. I never checked the Super Bowl, that's right. Who won the Super Bowl? I guess whoever picks 32. So, how far are we into this thing now? About an hour 15. Start the NFL draft. Let me save it quick. Seattle won. Thank you. Trade Anunwa and future picks to the Bills for their number 2 overall. This is going to be such a crazy draft. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock, number 1 overall. Let's just take a look at my board quick. There are so many players that I have interest in. We still need a receiver, an edge rusher, I feel, a tackle, a corner. We have receiving options here. We have Rowan Springs, who might be available in the 2nd round. There is there are a few tackles that I like a lot for sure. Larimore up here, McAdoo. Goodwin and Flynn. At edge rusher, got to go to a few different positions here. But Bram Dearth, really more of a defensive lineman, but he's so good. Those ratings are just unreal. Mid-first round talent. I thought he was early. Did it go down? I would definitely play him at outside linebacker, though, and just have him be like a really big linebacker. How is he going to move? Oh, a 5-second 40, though? I feel like he's going to have like the same athletic profile as Pernell McPhee, though. 27 Super Yankees. I know you're picking, he sends a super chat that says, I know you're picking 18th, but players with a late second and late fourth might get picked higher in those rounds. You might have to trade up. By the way, 10.0 long snapper. Yeah, I'm always kind of thinking about what is the right time to take certain players, and I'm always like early. If a guy is a late 4, I'll take him early. If he's a mid 4, I take him in the 3rd. I try to be like a couple levels above. There's also Antoine Tryon, who's more of the typical pass rusher out of a 3-4, but his athletic profile is a little concerning, and those things aren't going to get all that better. It's not terrible, but, I mean, he should have low 80s speed, decent agility and acceleration, and average-ish strength. He should still be a really good player, though, but he's an early first-round talent. That'd be a little bit more expensive to trade up for. There's Jermaine Mullins, who's the other first-round option, who definitely is not as good as Dearth. Herb Chapman and Curry Peters all the way down here, second-round talent. So we know we're not taking the Packers pick. Who did they go number 1 overall? The Packers. Phillips. Phillips was, I think, the top player on the board. One of them, anyway. But I wasn't really as high on him. Buffalo's on the clock now. Man, I'm not sure where to trade up or what to do here. We need to get a tackle at some point. Let me just verify our selections. 14 and 19. I feel like I have too many options now compared to not enough last year. So we know DeMarcus Woody is probably going to be the first edge off the board. So he'll go early to somebody. Larimore, I like a lot. But I don't think we'll trade up for Larimore. McAdoo's an early. Goodwin. Goodwin's a mid. We have to keep an eye on who's a mid. Bram Dearth is also a mid. Flynn is a mid first rounder. I wouldn't, you know, if I lose out on Goodwin and get Flynn, that's okay. What's the age difference there? Goodwin's 22. I think Flynn's 22. Gorgon Bull sends a super chat. Missed free agency. Who all did you pick up? Don't ask. Because I missed out on something. If you missed free agency, you missed out on our pursuit for Amari Cooper that didn't work out. And we were very aggressive. More than reasonable, too. Harold Kaufman sends a super chat. Try to get the 5th or 6th pick. I think it's pretty safe. Yeah, it's just all about if we are trading up, who we trading up for. But I know that if we want tackle, we don't have to trade up for it. If we want an edge rusher, maybe. Because the difference in skill is pretty wide when you go from Tryon and Dearth to your other options. Don't get me wrong, I think Mullins is going to be a strong player. But I think Dearth is better. And I want to see here, I just want to see McPhee's build. I just want to compare the two. Because that's where he'd play. The same exact position. 273, so Dearth is a little bit heavier. But yeah, McPhee's not very fast. I think that the be a lot of similarities there. So we're going to let the Bills select here at number 2. They go Frank Olsen, the safety. Next up, the LA Chargers. Definitely shouldn't be looking at front 7. And they go Larimore at left tackle. So Larimore, gone. I was expecting that. Now Philadelphia. Their front 7's also very good. Philadelphia. Weary. Andres Weary, the speed receiver. At number 5, the New York Giants. And remember, there's still receivers that we could talk about. There goes McAdoo. 2 tackles off the board in a row. Taking us to the New Orleans Saints. Antoine Tryon. Then the Jets. The Jets go Goodwin. Wow. He was a mid-first rounder, and he just went 7. We don't pick for like another 7 selections, and we need a tackle, and we're down to 1 option. That kind of hurts right there. So A.J. Flynn becomes our best option now from Wisconsin. Let me just check my overall draft board here. Kidd, Gentry. I wish it was in order. I have to go to available. DeMarcus Woody is still there too. I'm surprised he's fallen. Christian, thank you for the super chat. Get a quarterback. You need a franchise guy. By the way, greetings from a U.S. Marine in California, Semper Fi. Thank you for your service, Christian. Hope you are enjoying California. And thank you for the super chat and enjoying the stream. Wow, Woody is still available. Yeah, I knew someone was going to fall that shouldn't. But is he better than Jermaine Mullins? I like Mullins' top 3 more. Mullins has the higher combine grade. Mullins is younger. Mullins is better. Yeah, I feel like I whiffed on tackle a little bit already. Not completely, but Flynn, if he has good, what am I thinking here? Development. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Need to get all these things taken care of. It's just such a delicate puzzle right now I'm trying to build. But as far as the franchise quarterback goes, if we were to replace Trubisky, it isn't the right year to do it. And now if one mid-round player I like goes, Bram could be next. And that worries me. Bram is just one of the most talented players in this whole class, and I think it's time for us to attempt to trade up. When I want to organize my draft board, well, I kind of like to do it on paper more so I can look at all of it at the same time, all the different positions. I need their 8th selection. And I want to trade up from 14. And I don't think the 5 would do it. No, I just want to see what it would do. This might be tough. I was counting on the 4 working. They want a middle linebacker, defensive tackle, and a left end. Do you guys happen to like Quincy Enunwa at all? Not at all. Low interest in Enunwa. I just want to see what their interest is. See, the first in Enunwa wouldn't even do it. That's tough right there. Their biggest needs, ooh, if they need an end and a tackle and an outside linebacker. Like, I'm worried that this is the dearth spot here. You have a future pick. Trade with Arizona. They want him. I'm worried that this could be the dearth spot. Maybe not. Let's let Miami, because I'd have to give up too many picks, I think, to make this move. There goes McGlynn, the center. All right. Arizona. We're friends, right? We're good friends. The Cardinals were once in Chicago. I mean, we have that connection going for us. All we want to do is get up from 14, you know, play it safe here. That's all. That's all I'm asking here. And actually, I need to see their initial gauge on Anunwa. Quincy Anunwa. Do we need to trade up our first round pick? I don't think this is going to work. I'm always just trying to see how far the needle moves. We could do it for a Anunwa and a 3. They get a receiver that can start and a 3rd round pick. We would not lose any of our 1st round selections. Oh. Anunwa is gone. We have traded up. And we now have 3 first round selections. Ben Chapman's available too. He's a speed receiver who ran 4.53. That's interesting. Graham Dearth. I know it's a little unrealistic, but so was Amari Cooper doing what he did to me. Graham Dearth. From Oklahoma. Here we go. Superstar development. Wow. Superstar Dev. He's incredible. No real weaknesses. I mean, his speed isn't tremendous, but you know what? 299. That's adequate for sure. Graham Dearth. Now, I know tackle is a need. I need to see what the 49ers need, because I'm low on options right now when it comes to tackle. They could use one. Not worried about Washington though. Is there a way? I just wanted to see who was still available. I think there might be a veteran tackle on the market, worst case scenario. So now AJ Flynn. I like AJ Flynn, and I'm hoping that he has good development. I'm worried about missing out because the 49ers could use a tackle. Ashrin sends a super chat. Trade McPhee. He's old. He is old, but he's also effective. So trading up again might not cost us very much, but it would ensure us we get a tackle. We already gave up our 3. So what if we gave up the 4 that we acquired in the other trade that we did? Yeah, I know it's going to take a little bit more than that. Chris Sanlos1 sends a super chat, hashtag blame Amari. Yeah, he really affected a lot of this offseason here. I'm not sure the future 3 would even do it. Nope. Sadly. Oh, this is tough right now. What to do? Maybe they wouldn't take the tackle right now, because where's Flynn projected to go? Mid. They could use a... I just don't see them taking Flynn over all of these players. Let's sim a couple picks. Ben Chapman. Mullins. Now the Vikings, they're on the clock. We might as well just go to 14. We're not trading with Minnesota. They took Flynn. I wrecked it. We're going to have to sign a vet. There's probably, like, someone who's available for cheap. Yeah, Flynn goes to the Vikings. We pick at 14 now. I can't believe DeMarcus Woody is still on the board. That doesn't make any sense. I missed out on the tackle, and I missed out on Amari Cooper today. It's been tough. Harlan Regis now, if we want to go receiver. Top available wide receiver, Solomon Baxter. Hard to pass on him, but I do want the extra speed. Harlan Regis. I did like Rowan Springs a lot, but if we don't take Springs, it opens up some other selections we have here. Harlan Regis. Let's take the receiver. 20th in true talent, 96 speed. Woo! How about that? We got some serious speed now on the offense. 85 route running, 87 catching. And great leaping ability at 6'2". He's clutch. He does drop passes. Very elusive, too, and agile. Oh, man. That's exciting. We got a real playmaker here. Receiver and pass rusher have been addressed. Tackle now has not. Edge, receiver. And then corner is the other important one that we have to worry about. And my favorite corner is obviously Curry Peters. And he's pretty low on the cornerback list, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Granted, this cornerback class isn't great, so they might value him a little bit. Other teams might value him a little bit more. So, whiffed on tackle. I've been wanting a bunch of tackle options. We had them, and they went earlier than I wanted them to, and then Flynn at 12. A guard to the Bengals. We pick at 19 now. There goes Woody. Ravens get amazing value. And now we're on the clock at 19. Oh, if I did this. If I did this. Wow, 4-4-3. Rodney Lattimore. What about Tank Elliott, who ran 4.37? Some good running backs here. So many good players. Wow. Marquise Starling. Ooh. I never thought about Starling very seriously. But I mean, we could use an inside backer. 3 first-round selections. Oh, there's a lot of people saying no. Maybe this is payback for the 8.2 quarterback. Starling would be really intriguing to take right there. Curry Peters in the 2nd round. I'd be pretty comfortable he'd be there in the 2nd for us. Maybe I trade up a couple spots. Also, if I want to take Starling, what if I trade down a couple spots? He's a late 1st round pick. But he is one of the best outside linebackers available, so that's a little risky right there. I'll see what the trade down offers are. A 1 and a... Get out of here. A 5, get out of here. These trade offers are trash. They're all awful. Marquise Starling. Lineman and trade down. Trade down, don't trade down. I'm not taking a running back right here. Herb Chapman. Don't think he's not as balanced, but he's really good in man-to-man with blazing speed. So is it worth it to get the great man coverage and then upgrade the zone later? Curry Peters is a late 2nd round talent. We have 5'10", 193. Compared to 6'1". Oh, that size. I can't deny the size there. And the run support means he should have good tackling. He should be really well-rounded. Peters is really good. I have another idea. What if I trade... I'm not sure if it's a good trade down here. But what if I trade down to take Peters now, and then I trade out of the 2nd round? Because I think the 2nd round talent's going to be going away. Like, who are the 2s on my board that are going to be there then? W.T. Tupa. That's who. Heck of a name. Solomon Baxter's still on the board. Rowan Springs is really good, and I didn't get a chance to take him. Trey Rambo. I feel like getting our 3rd back is a little important. Trey Scherf is actually a pretty good 2nd rounder. Dallas Summers. If there are better pass blockers, maybe, but I have to work on all that. So many ideas flying through the comments right now. But Curry Peters is who I want. Yeah, the 1 and the 5. The 5 just isn't worth it. I want Curry Peters. These trade downs are terrible. The 42nd selection isn't bad, but I just don't think I could do that. The 32nd wouldn't be worth the 5. Starling, then Peters. What do the Panthers need? I feel like corner would be one of their needs. So they'd probably take Chapman. Probably. This is a tough pick. Starling will have slow development. Are we sure about that? Oh, man. Oh. We're taking Starling. Oh, he was slow development, you're right. But he's already really good. Marquise Starling. I didn't like the trade down offers enough. There are a lot of people that won't like that selection, but consider that we just lost Freeman and we're going to lose Trevathan. We needed a player who was ready here. Oh, he can't cover. I can't believe he's that good of an athlete and he can't cover. Maybe I can upgrade it a little bit, but that's a little disappointing. He's a good player for sure. But he's not what I was hoping in coverage. Solomon Baxter falls all the way to Jacksonville, then Herb Chapman. Yeah, there's some things I would have liked to have done differently in this draft for sure. Springs goes late 1, so I know there were some of you that saying that he would go late 1, and you were right. Now I have to worry about corner. Not getting the tackle, not getting Amari. I know we're getting some really good players, but it's just... it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to go here. We're at 51. I don't like being all the way down here at 51 when Curry Peters is not. I almost wish I would have just taken Peters right there and opened up my second round pick to trade down. But I thought I could get it all. But we made 3 first round picks for the first time ever in one of my series. Overkill sends the super chat. Hey, Ken, I just wanted to tell you I love the realism of your franchises and you're the reason I play franchise so hard. Hashtag realism is better. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't do everything realistically, but I think most of the things I do are. I think that trade I made to get my 3rd first round pick probably wasn't all that realistic at all. I'm surprised they took it, but the trade system in here is kind of unpredictable. You never know. I've seen teams not care at all about, you know, a mid-round pick or love a mid-round pick or a certain player. Curry Peters. We need Curry Peters. There are so many corners here, but they're probably all busts. So how long does Peters stick around? I already traded my 3rd round pick, keep in mind. 3rd is gone. Packers take Matthews, the running back. And if I'm going to trade up to 34, it'd take a lot of first round ammo. Like, in the future. There goes Lattimore. Pittsburgh. Like, what would it take to trade up right here to Pittsburgh? Needed a left outside linebacker, a safety, corner. I think it would be very difficult to do here. Like the future 2 even. I'd be willing to do it. Oh, they took it. So we trade up here using our future 2nd round pick. We no longer have a 2, but that's what it would have costed there. I could have gone 4-3-2. I think the 2 is what I need to get it done. But we're taking 4 players in the top 37. This one, this takes care of a really big need for us. Somewhat like that trade because of where he's at right here, number 8. But these players are going to get passed up for a long time. Curry Peters, normal dev, 79 overall, and ranked 15 in true talent. Not the cleanest way of handling this draft, I know. Tackling is actually pretty good, like I said. Yeah, this is perfect. Gives us someone to build a secondary around. I don't think Peters would have fallen that far. So the thing I regret, look, a corner went next. Do you think it was going to be Rhodes? Maybe it would have been Peters. Another corner. The run. There's a run. Well, 2 isn't a run. Well, 3 because I took 1. But I think he would have gone. If I could take anything back, another corner went. Peters would not have fallen. He would have fallen a little bit further, potentially. But he would not have been there at 51. WT Tupa. So, if I could take back anything here, it would be the Starling selection. And I would rather take Peters right there in the first round. That way we still have this second round pick in our future too. So taking Starling definitely cost us. Kristen Los 1 sends a super chat. How did Chicolo get slow development? I don't know. But that's what he came in with. I'm not sure if it went up based on performance. No, but like there's not a whole lot of developing I'm worried about here. It's just getting awareness up. We can still do that. Yeah, now everyone's talking about Ross. Gave up my 3. That's the problem. We don't pick again for a while. Here's my draft board now with 38 players left on it. And we still have a 4, 5, 6, and 2 7s. And CJ Ross. Yeah, he's up there. I'm not sure he lasts a whole lot longer. I want to know who certainly does not need a running back. So Bills, Chargers, Eagles, Giants. No. Chargers shouldn't. Maybe. No. Eagles are the one I'm worried about then. Just wondering what it would cost. They might take all my late round stuff. To get up to 68. That's really high. I've already given up a lot. So that's why I think I probably shouldn't have taken Starling. I should have traded down in the second. They went tight end. DJ Kidd was still available. We're over a round away from where we select. There goes Watson, the last tackle that was even on my board. San Francisco goes Jammer. So now Washington, Minnesota, Houston, Denver, Cincy. Yeah, I'm regretting the Starling pick. Hopefully he surprises us. I'll definitely be working on his coverage to make him the running back that I would really want him to be. Spencer Ware. Vikings are fine. Like, who needs one? What are the teams I need to worry about? Maybe Cincy? Probably not. Definitely not Arizona. Chiefs. Kareem Hunt hasn't worked out for him. Philly already picked. Packers. Oakland. Maybe New Orleans. Hope not. What's Kamara's development? Normal? Hasn't really gone up then. Oh, they're fine. New Orleans shouldn't. They shouldn't, doesn't mean they won't. Maybe I should check the trade screen for this and see who's there. Man, if I didn't take that Starling selection, though, I think I could have... Yeah, I could have done a lot. So running back is rarely on this top list, just checking. Like, trading up now doesn't make the most sense because we'd just be giving up so many picks. Wow, they went with a running back. Vikings don't need one. Cincy was a team that I wrote down. They had Gio. Okay. Baltimore, didn't write them down. Okay, Tennessee, they have Derrick Henry. Indy, I did not write them down. I forget what they're at right now. I'm nervous for this pick. 27 Super Yankees. Sends a super chat. Philly drafted a running back already. Yeah, I think people said it was Lattimore. There are so many players that I want to go through and see the ratings of when this is over with. And so that wouldn't show up here, obviously. Indy, though, I wanted to see what they had. Oh, they have Derrick Henry. What do the Titans have? Good luck. David Johnson, Christian McCaffrey, Leonard Fournette. They still took one. Zeke Elliott. Plus, other teams are capable of trading up. That's another one of the problems here. All right, so we're a lot more reasonable territory now for trading. Who's on the clock? I don't want to trade to the wrong team. Cowboys? Or no, I skimmed past the Cowboys. Good thing I checked. Perfect. Now it's not that big of a jump. It's still a jump, but I don't think they'll take this. But it's close. It's close. I don't think a 7 will be enough. Well, but it is. So, we're giving up another package of picks to move up. And we're getting a player that I've been really excited for. I'm glad we're getting the chance to draft. Here in the third round, we're taking C.J. Ross. Quick development with 92 speed, 94 acceleration, 19th in true talent, by the way, 82 carrying, that'll have to come up, but a great juke move. He has awesome agility. I'll have to work on catching a little bit, but I've had my eyes on Ross here for a while. Good thing he has quick dev because he's already 24. I know Washington had already taken one, but I was also worried about a trade up from someone else. Like, what if the Packers had traded up for Ross here from 97? I'm pretty comfortable just staying with the remaining picks now. They're not for a while. I'll just sim to the 6th round. Alright, so we've had a very interesting draft here. What was his overall? I forgot to write it down. We still have a 6 and a 7. How's the draft board look? 9 left. Not quite cleaned out yet. Okay. So we've gotten a pass rusher, an inside linebacker, a receiver, a corner, and a running back. We've spent 3 selections on defense, 2 on offense, and have not addressed the offensive line. I definitely went for a lot of value in this draft over needs, which can cost us a bit. Ross was 77, thank you. Not for long. I think I want to make Kendall Demons our 7th round selection, but he's an early 7, so I'm going to take him right now. I want another speed receiver to develop. 71 overall, 97 speed! Oh, we've gotten a 96 and a 97 speed receiver in this draft. He is going to be the front runner to be our kick returner, I'd have to say. Elusiveness isn't... Wait, what's his elusiveness? 73, yeah. Raw speed. He is fast. And we'll just take our 7. And now I'm going to go get Verlin Dre. Easy pick. Yeah. 69 overall. Gives us some cornerback depth like I wanted. I did not address everything. I'm not even sure I addressed the most important thing, which was the offensive line. Verlin Dre. What more can we find here? Not a tackler. He's not gonna tackle. But he would be a very good replacement for Marcus Cooper then. Alright, so interesting off-season. I think some things could have been handled differently, and I think I might regret not going offensive line at some point, but I am going to see who's on the free agent market. We'll have to see. But I like a lot of the players that we got for sure. I think we're a much better team now. 100%. So we start with Bram Dearth. I thought maybe we'd wait on pass rusher, but Dearth, I knew that he would be this kind of a player. He doesn't have a major weakness. I think I can play him on the line of scrimmage. I can play him at outside linebacker. I can do just about anything with Bram Dearth. Inside and sub packages, it doesn't matter. Dearth plays everything. I'll find a good home for him, that's for sure. Then, the Amari Cooper situation didn't work out. And we had to go get a receiver early then. And we landed Harlan Regis here. Maybe he ends up being better than Amari Cooper. He's from Florida State. He's got elite speed, great jumping ability, exceptional route runner. There's not really a weakness here besides catching traffic. But I think he has the route running and speed to avoid being in traffic. Just don't send him over the middle too much. On the outside, there's no way they can handle him. He's already clutch, fights for yards. Harlan Regis, can't wait to play with him. Then we go Marquise Starling here, a slow dev linebacker who should be a really good run defender, but he's not great in coverage. He might be slow dev, but I'll be putting all my effort into getting his coverage up. So I'm going to make Starling one of our focus players to give him more experience. And I'm going to turn him into that linebacker that I wanted him to be. If he has 73 zone coverage right here, I love the pick. But because he's 65 with slow, it's more regrettable. From there, we go Curry Peters. And he's going to play alongside Prince Amukamara, replacing Terrence Newman. And he's got great speed as well. 6'1", 205, and he can press. That's a big part of this, too. He can press. I'm not sure if Herb Chapman could. Now we don't have to play off-man exclusively. 98 injury. His tackle, we can't see it now, but it's good. 69. We can't see it. CJ Ross might give us a future at running back if we don't keep Jordan Howard. And that definitely puts Benny Cunningham's job in jeopardy. Kendall Demmons, speed receiver to back up Paul Richardson. Maybe a gadget player. And then Verlin Dre, another corner who provides depth. And I think we'll replace Marcus Cooper on the roster. So overall, I give myself... I'd grade myself the way I handled all this. Probably, I'd say... we're on the edge of a B- and a B. I'd say somewhere in that range. Just because maybe I could have done better handling the first round and the second round. Because for Starling and Peters, I had to give up a future 2 to get Peters. Whereas I could take Peters right here. Linebacker wasn't a huge need. But, you know, there are a million ways this could have gone. Alright. Super chat here from Harold again. Just a quick question. Does the trait predictable mean he is predictable to CPUs or always plays consistent? What it means is they're more predictable when it comes to contract situations. And I think it's a bit easier to re-sign them when you give them what they want. I don't know the ins and outs of that one exactly, but I believe it's how it works. If I'm wrong, please share that in the comments. There's more grades here in the comments for me. B+, B, F, C, B+, C+, B. The most popular one seems to be B. So, if I can still sign a starting caliber tackle, things look pretty good, I think. This class was so good, I need to see the rest of it. And thank you for all the super chats. I've been blown away by all those today. Thank you very much. Let's go to the Bengals. Do they take a player we have to check on? No. They went with Russell Booty here. It was a really good guard. Just guard in this draft was not the fun thing to do. Frank Olsen. Ooh. You don't often find safeties this good in the draft in Madden. He's 21, quick dev, fast, covers, hits. All the boxes are checked. Doesn't get hurt. Not quite Jalen Ramsey, but close. Duncan Sanderson, by the way. Decent little center for him. Ooh. Oh, 78 strength, though. That's a problem. All right. How about the Broncos? I'm going team by team. This draft was so good. Oh, yeah. This is bad. Browns. Hate this team now. By the way, Browns rebuild episode coming up here after I finish streaming. Great run blocker, just not an edge protector for your quarterback. Frank Olsen is Earl Thomas 2.0, 100%. 100%. 3 first-rounders and all you lost during the draft was a future 2 and a guy who wasn't going to play for you. Solid draft, sir. Some needs left, but you can free agent those. I hope I can. I hope you're right. Chantrell Morgan, slow dev, but 73 overall with those ratings does surprise me a little bit. Oh, I guess release is low, spec catch is low, route running isn't super high. This makes sense. Cardinals, Hunter Watson. Okay, if I had taken him, it wouldn't have been bad, but he's still a project. Chargers, Henry Larimore. I wish. Deloach. Another good safety. Yeah, I think we have to get into some practice too, for sure. Tank Elliott. Superstar development. When did they take him? 30. He went 30. Brandon Barrow sends a super chat, signed Peyton Hillis. I'm not even sure the last year he was in the pool. Tank Elliott. I'm switching to the Chiefs now. The Colts, Will Ballard. Slow development. Decent in coverage. I'm not sure Ballard was on my radar. But Ballard would have been a better selection than Starling, just because he already has better coverage. He went, I think, the pick before. That insult to injury. Yeah, this is true. I miss good players every draft. It's never perfect. Herb Chapman. 95 speed. 87 man coverage. I almost picked him. Press isn't high, but he's great. I almost took him at 19. See, in the first year, I had not enough options. This year, I think I had like too many choices. Andres Weary is really good. Can't go wrong there. Superstar development too. And Rodney Lattimore. Good player. Oh, they got DJ Kidd who fell. Yeah, he's slow dev, but he should be a solid receiver. Not sure if like Zach Ertz ain't working out or what the situation is. What was that? 79, a right guard? Grant Goodman. Oh yeah. Wow. That's the kind of thing I missed out on by trading up using my 3 and my 5. A lot cost me. Falcons, what'd you do? 49ers took Ben Chapman, superstar development. Some fantastic receivers came out of this class. The Giants, Russell McAdoo. Solomon Baxter was originally my favorite receiver in this class. He's still really good, but I don't think he was the best. W.T. Tupa. Yeah, good box. Not necessarily just a box safety, but pretty good across the board. The Jets, Jabari Goodwin. I wanted Goodwin bad. That's 7. I didn't think he'd go that early. That's who I wanted, though, at tackle. The Packers got a couple ladies here. Rayshawn Phillips. This was their top overall selection. A pass rusher. He's excellent across the board. And then Hamid Matthews from Texas A&M. Balanced. Not overly fast or strong. Very balanced. Has some decent moves. Solid draft for the Green Bay Packers. Patriots had to go quarterback. Here was probably your best option, Tucker Fielder, who was actually, I think, getting knocked down in the draft stories. So we could have, if we had to, we could have replaced Trubisky with Fielder. But that wasn't the situation. Raiders, Rowan Springs, slow dev, okay. DeMarcus Woody lasted way too long, and he's another really good pass rusher. Jermaine Mullins. Like, this first round, I think it delivered on the hype, that's for sure. Antoine Tryon, I forgot about him. I thought about trading up for Tryon. He went at 6, though. Oh, not bad. Morgan Webber here from Memphis. Not terrible. Charlie Bohannon. Okay, this quarterback class is better than I thought then. The top 3 wasn't what I would have been comfortable with for these quarterbacks, but they all have pretty good short accuracy and development. So it's a better quarterback class than I thought, which makes this first round even stronger. Good guard. Titans, Griffin Kelly. How about the Minnesota Vikings? AJ Flynn. Normal dev. I missed out. He went at 12. Because I didn't prioritize need. I win value, that's for sure. There's a lot of hindsight you can plug in here if that's absolutely true. So I want to sim to preseason week 1. I can adjust roster and stuff later. It doesn't have to happen right now. But I need to see what tackle options are available because I want to sign the best one. I hope that like Dwayne Brown or somebody is still available. Ty Sambrailo. We're gonna have to make a trade, I think. Because this isn't gonna work for me. We've already given up some stuff for the future, but now there isn't a tackle we can sign that's gonna do what we need. I gotta go into the year with an upgrade of some sort. Best undrafted's here. Brandon Barrow sends a super chat, sign Vince Young. I forgot about quarterback, honestly. Didn't think about it very much. Any quarterbacks I can develop this year? I love that whole concept. Gutierrez is very similar to McChesney, who has good medium accuracy. Connor Komar. Jordan Alleman, though, has better throw power. I want to sign Jordan Alleman. Swaggy God, Super Chat, can edit, show your rookies, and edit player? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I might do some editing. I want to get into practice mode soon, though. Who has the best pass block out of any available tackle? Here's Jake Rogers, Tyrus Thompson, Isaiah Battle, or Lamar Holmes. Oh, the impact block's a deal breaker. Bobby Massey, another ex-Bear. Change the music? Yeah, I haven't changed it all stream, actually. But I do want to get into editing a little bit, and then we can also look at getting into practice with some of these players. So let's start with Bram Dirth. I'm going to move him around a lot, because while I do think he should play some outside linebacker, in the sub packages, I think he'll go inside. We'll see, though, because I might not have enough edge rushers. I might just need more. They have him at number 95 right now. I'm kind of cool with that. Should we give him the Sam Bradford sleeves? How does everyone feel about that? Let's go sleeveless here. He's strong. Probably not going to go with a sleeve here. Maybe like, these rubber pads. Not sure what I want to do here yet. Maybe I'll get Blackjack's opinion on some of this. I like what he comes up with for player appearances. I think he's really good at it. I don't think I'm very good at all. I have a lot of friends who really cared about looking at this stuff and editing their players a lot, and I just wanted to play. 71 speed, he can play upright. Yeah, I think he can do everything on the... like, anything on the line of scrimmage, he can play. He could play nose, end, in either a 4-3 or a 3-4. Outside linebacker, all of it. Harlan Regis. We're going to the teens. Kind of like 17 here for Harlan Regis. Where are all the ones I like on here? I know there's a lot of good gloves in this game. Under Armour stuff I like. I want something that has a little bit of orange in there. Vapor Jet Primary. I'll do some more editing, a little bit deeper editing later. I'm just kind of getting some numbers set. Tajay Sharp's wearing 19 now. Kendall Demons, nah. You can't hit 97 speed and have a number in the 80s. Why no dreads? Demons has the visor. Let's check out Starling. And we're going to move him to middle linebacker in our scheme. I forget all the retired numbers the Bears have too. There are some here in like the 40s and 50s I have to avoid. Wish that was in the game. I know it's in 2K. Curry Peters, 33. I can live with Curry with 33 for sure. CJ Ross. Wearing number 23, Kyle Fuller and Terrence Newman's number. I'm going to let him keep it too. I gotta see Ross play a little bit. 51 and 56 retired. Okay. So we didn't add a ton of new players yet to the team. What is it, like maybe 10 new faces so far? Bram Dirth. Curry Peters. I'm bummed we didn't get a better tackle situation though. That hurts. We go a little bit younger at tight end now. We have Shaheen and Williams instead of playing Sims and Tammy so much. And what's cool here with Shaheen and Williams is it really opens up our twin tight end sets. They both have similar speed, acceleration, catching ability, and they each have adequate run blocking, and actually Max is better at blocking. So I like that versatility. Oh, Peanut was 33. Can't we like carry on the legacy over Changing all the numbers? I'll see what else is out there. I like what Dallas does with 88. I've always said that. I say it almost every offseason, I'm pretty sure. We didn't lose Marcus Calhoun. No, he never became available. Curry Peters, 27. Is that better? Oh, Marcus Calhoun still right there. I think that Kwiatkowski became expendable, though. I might use him, or I would even, if we need to go get a tackle that bad, I'd be willing to trade Danny Trevathan and go very young at linebacker and just figure it out. Because how many years now are on Trevathan's deal? I'll have to go through some stuff later on and see if there's an option. Trevathan's in the last year of his contract. He is starting to regress, but he is going to be pretty good this year. Decent in coverage, but not great speed. Probably similar to what Freeman was for us last season. Like, if Starling and Calhoun are kind of our future at linebacker, I can deal with that. Maybe somebody else has to cover. But I know I have to find the tackle. Who wants to see some practice? Let me just set the depth chart and we'll get that going. Meredith, Regis, Richardson, then Sharp, then Marquis Cole. Akeem Hicks. Cliff Averill is not playing end. Dante Rooks can probably start there now. I forgot about Cliff Averill a little bit. Jalen Egbo. Brandon Barrow Super Chat trade for Foles. I could have signed him. He was available, actually. Huh. I forgot I had Alex Anzalone. Can he cover? He should, right? 70. The injury on him, though, is the big concern. But he could probably play that cover linebacker spot for us. There's a lot I still have to figure out for this team. That's why the edited offseason always has a little bit extra for you. I know we got a lot of good players in this stream, though. You always look at the room for improvement. I can't wait to play these preseason games, though. I might stream those again. We'll see. I enjoyed it the first time around. I'm going to set my focus players now. I don't think Dearth needs it, so I don't want to have him be one of our focus players. Curry Peters, Marquise Starling to kind of negate that slow development. And then I could develop CJ Ross a little bit more while he's on the bench. Not sure who I want to develop here yet, but I will spend more time with that later on. I'm going to practice. No, preseason isn't meaningless. I like doing preseason. I also might look at making a playbook for the third season, because I'm not a huge fan of the playbooks in the game, so I might just go make one. What's with the 0 overall glitch? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Put Trubisky in focus? I might have to. He was definitely there last year. But yeah, I'm ready to see some of these rookies get on the field now. And if we're going to make Trubisky work, he needs that focus for sure. I didn't even think about him. Let's see. Let's go 3 wide sets. are a number of good concepts in here. Thank you for the super chat, Jamila. No message, but I appreciate it. Random play. I wish I could set the personnel here in their defense. Maybe I can by going to the depth chart. Can I edit the CPU in here? I forget. Can't edit their depth chart. Do you not like Ultimate Team? I'm not a huge Ultimate Team guy. I like it the first couple months of the year, but other than that, not so much. Ah, Meredith. Meredith was everything I could have ever hoped he would be in the first year that he got to play. Curry Peters out there covering him right now. I can't believe we didn't get Amari Cooper. Still just shocking. Harlan Regis. There's one of our 3 first-round picks we made. Jordan Howard is back now from his injury. But he's not the running back I want to see the most here. We've seen Howard a lot. I think I need to get the backups or the players we really want to see right now, because we're not going to practice for a ton of time like I do in Kalispell. These off seasons take more time. By the way, the next Kalispell off-season, as the year winds down, I'd say maybe 2 Saturdays from now, we could be doing Kalispell, potentially. I think we all want to see CJ Ross. I know I do. What is Regis going to do for this offense, though, with that dangerous speed and great route running ability? Really excited to see it. CJ Ross now. Well, Dante Rooks is pretty good, too. Now we have a great possession receiver in Meredith and Regis who can take the top off the defense. I love what we're doing with the offense. I just need a tackle there to help him out. If we can make a trade, I would love to. Maybe Trevathan is on his way out. I'll have to see what trade targets there could potentially be. I'm not sure we're going to get like a mid-80s overall. I'm not expecting to. Keep in mind, we already traded away our future second-round selection. Oh, Reed just makes that tough grab. They seem to be blocking fairly well right now, at least in the pass game. All right, this formation has bad runs. Let me go to a twin tight end look. I like to run for more. 2 tight end sets, or with a fullback, we'll just go ace. Let me set my audibles to focus on the runs. All right, random play against our base defense. So CJ Ross has pretty good speed. I think he has everything you ask for out of a 3-down back. His juke move is exceptional. It's like a 93. So he could be a real playmaker that changes the future of this offense with Jordan Howard's contract expiring after this year. I'm already liking Harlan Regis. He's finding these openings very quick. We didn't upgrade at tackle, but at least we upgraded that receiver with somebody that can maybe get open faster than someone else would have. Uh-oh. Speaking of getting open. Don't think Ross has a ton of power, but I don't think he's weak either. Just not like one of his main strengths. It's a big year for Adam Shaheen at tight end. We have Max Williams there now, and we'll see who kind of can separate there and become the primary. Because they're both pretty similar, that's one of our position battles going into year 3. And I'm setting it up to where I want Shaheen to take it. Because he is younger. He was one of the draft picks we had coming into this series. Oh, man. See, catching traffic for Regis is one of his problems. So on third down, is Regis our option? Sure, if he can get open. But are we going to ask him to, you know, is the curl going to work for him on 3rd and long? You just don't know. Oh, Curry Peters to Kwiatkowski. I would have liked to sign Dwayne Brown, but he's already signed. A off-season that was far from perfect, but certainly gave us a lot of great talent to look forward to in year 3. It was a little bit worse of an off-season than I expected us to have. I will say that much. Not really seeing Regis get a chance to shine here with the run defense playing well. That was one of our strengths last year. Regis is going deep here. So it's Meredith. We got it. How about the receiver duo, though, from year 1 to now? Night and day. Ross. Very good. Ashrin sends a super chat. Curious if you play Cleveland this year. I will check, but I will say probably not. Because we played Cleveland in year 1, and the opposing conferences divisions are on kind of a rotation. So we're not going to play them probably until year 4. We'll see if Madden has the rotations correct. I'm impressed though with Regis so far. He's getting open. Hard to cover him. There's finally someone that we can throw at that isn't Cameron Meredith. Well, Deion Sims, I like throwing to him too. And Paul Richardson. CJ Ross. There he is. That's what he's all about. Benny Cunningham was so good, I might have just replaced him. But he's like 29. So it was inevitable. Did I ever have Benny Cunningham in my Rams series? I'm pretty sure I did. I think he was a Ram at that time. I definitely didn't use him. I don't think so anyway. What did Cunningham do in my Rams series? Any historians here remember? It would be year 5. Yeah, you're right. For the Browns game. So it would take a Super Bowl otherwise. Actually getting some decent pass protection. That is Dearth getting the sack. I just kind of wanted to watch him battle there with Frederick Chicolo. Ooh, come on, Ross. I'm also looking forward to special teams this year because we have some new speed. You had him, but you got rid of him pretty quickly, I think. Split time in year 1, and then you got Ben Tate. Yeah, I remember Ben Tate. I actually thought Ben Tate was going to be really good somewhere else after Houston. I'm looking forward to the preseason, though, getting to see this team a little bit. Exit out of here now. Only remember Zimmerman from the Rams franchise. Ty Zimmerman. Couldn't get him a pick until we did. I always remember him in that playoff game against the Falcons when he made that diving interception in front of Julio Jones. That was incredible. A lot of those series in the past are harder for me to remember, but there are like little moments that I remember. Like when I think of the Raiders series, honestly, most of you remember AJ Ray. I remember Danny Amendola because Amendola, when I first got him, he had some ridiculous plays. AJ Ray was much better, but I still remember a lot of the crazy stuff I did with Amendola. I remember signing Terrell Owens just because we needed someone to play. Let's check on the schedule. What do we play this year? The AFC West. Wow, 4 road games here. Giants, Chiefs, Packers, Falcons, Vikings, Raiders, Eagles. We finish with the Seahawks. I wish they'd fix it so that we always played a division team in the last week. Our last division game is in week 12. 3 in a row again here. How different would this stream have been if Amari Cooper didn't make this decision? I still can't believe it. Just want to see those cap hits. Wow, he didn't have a great year or anything. He must have been hurt. No way, that's full game, full 16 games. 10.1. Cannot believe that. I really cannot. And they get Drew Brees. They kept Isaiah Crowell. Interesting situation there in Cleveland now. But hey, doesn't always work out how you want it to. We have a pretty solid roster, I believe, heading into this season, but certainly some question marks at tackle and quarterback. And if you're wondering who our free agents are after this season, always good to check that out now just to get an idea. But next off season, the players we have to worry about are going to be Jonathan Bullard. You know I like him. Marcus Calhoun, Tajay Sharp, Paul Richardson, Marcus Cooper, Bryce Callahan, Jarrell Holland, Benny Cunningham, Kwiatkowski, Amukamara, Sitton, Trevathan, McPhee, Floyd. Wow, a lot. Cody Whitehair. A lot of deals need to get figured out here next for season 3. Alright, this stream has been going on now for nearly 3 hours. Thank you all for joining me today for a very fun off season. I think we did a lot of good stuff today. Definitely far from perfect, but I like our team right now. I'm excited to get them on the field to see exactly what they're capable of, because I know that we have a chance to make the playoffs this year if we have things go our way. That's for sure. I think we got right in a lot of key areas, but still have some question marks. You can leave your feedback in the comment section when this is posted as a video. You can subscribe to the channel for much more Bears franchise on the way, and also leave a like. Those are much appreciated. I didn't even see how many viewers we were at today. I never even checked the view count once. But please hit that like button. We're at 533 likes. We just were at 1,000 views. I can actually see what our peak was. Our peak was 1,649. Awesome. Thank you all. That was a good time. I had a really enjoyable stream, and I'm looking forward to getting on to year 3 of the series. I had a lot of fun in year 2. Like, there were times in this series where it wasn't as fun to play, but with some patches and some slider tweaks, I've really enjoyed the games I've gotten. I might tweak a couple things for the CPU heading into next year, but nothing major. And so I'll see you all later. Edited off season will be coming your way within a few days, and I'll be making a few more moves in there, signing undrafteds and probably making a trade for a tackle. I assume anyway, but we'll see. But that's going to end the stream in the off season. Thank you all. I really appreciate you supporting me and the channel. It means a lot. And I will see you all soon. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.